Hi, I'm Dave from DaveMathSchools.com, and I'm going to try and make math easy. Multiplication is easy once you get the hang of it, and I'm here to help you do just that. First, with multiplication of any number, you want to start with a line. A line is the basis of all multiplication. Think of it as your tool. You're always going to start with a line. You're always going to need a line. Next, draw a second line. This line is only important when you're multiplying with more than one-digit numbers, but it's also a very important part of the mathematician's toolkit. Now, say I take two numbers like 67 and 43. Now, if I want to multiply these numbers in my head, that's going to be troublesome. But on paper, it can be simple. It can take a few seconds once you get the hang of it. Now, you draw a multiplication symbol in the corner just to show your teacher or anyone reviewing your work that this is in fact a multiplication, because division is done in a similar way. And then, you draw your answer line right here. And this next part's pretty tricky, but from the first number underneath on its line, draw a line to the second number. And now, this is the tricky part. From the bottom of this number, draw a line to the center of that line. Now you have the mathematical y, which is very important in all types of math, from multiplication and onward. Secondly, what you're going to do is you see this 6 here, how it's on its own. Well, that means that you don't have to do anything to the 6. The 6 stays in front. This 4 and this 3 add together because they're right there like that. So they come together and point down to make a 7, which means your next digit is a 7. And this 7, it's isolated by itself, but since it's next to this 6 from the answer line, that means that we get a 13. And since the two digits in 13 add up to make 4, your third digit is 4. Now, this is pretty tricky to get the hang of, so we'll try one more. Okay, so first, you take your line, and then you take your second line, because we're doing two-digit multiplication. Then your multiplication symbol, which is always important if someone is reviewing your work. And you may lose marks on major exams if you don't remember the symbol. Anyways, the two numbers we'll pick this time can be, let's say 13 and 26. So remember, you draw the lines like a Y, and it will all align. And you draw your answer line. The 1 is always your first digit. When you're multiplying, the bottom number's first digit will always be your first digit here. Next, you add the first top two addition numbers to make the bottom number, which in this case is 8. And that makes 8 your second number. Third, you add these two numbers together, which makes 4. Now this is a tricky case, because this doesn't make a number over 10 like this one did. But what you're going to have to do is multiply 4 by 2 in this case. So multiply by 2. And doing that, you get 8. So your second number is also 8. 26 times 13 is clearly 188 once we do it this way. There is one tricky situation that's hard to address that I should bring up just to make sure you don't run into any trouble. And that is the fact that which number to put on the bottom and which number to put on the top. If you're multiplying more than one number above 50, you put the largest number on the bottom. But if you're not, and both numbers are under 50, you put the smallest number on the bottom. This is something you're going to have to memorize if you want to do multiplication in this manner, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be easy. For more tutorials like this, check out DaveMathSchools.com, where we have stuff on multiplication, division, even addition and subtraction if you need some review, and anything furthering on all the way up to the end of middle school. So feel free to check that out. Thanks, guys.